My dear son, listen closely to what I am telling you today, for it is no accident that these words have reached you. I want you to pause, not only in your actions, but within your very soul. Quiet the noise of your thoughts. Set aside, for a moment, the burdens you carry and prepare your heart, because tonight is not just another night. Tonight marks the beginning of a new stage in your life. I, the Lord your God, have seen you, I have heard you, and I have observed the paths you've walked. Even in moments when you felt like you were walking alone, know that you were never out of my sight. Every tear, every sigh, every thought buried deep within your heart, I have kept carefully. This new season is not by chance, nor the result of human planning. It is a direct response to the cries you've made in secret. When no one else heard your prayers, when your voice was little more than a whisper drowned in exhaustion, I was there. And it was at that moment that I began preparing this very moment. Before you see the fruits of this new season, you will feel it within your body first. There will be movements in your spirit, shifts that cannot be ignored. Do not be afraid when the familiar starts to change, or when what once seems secure begins to tremble. The intention is not to cause fear, but to give you space to recognize what I am doing in your life. I want you to find rest amidst the uncertainty, to learn how to calm your thoughts and breathe deeply, knowing I am always with you. When you wake up tomorrow, something within you will know. It will not be a fleeting emotion or a distant dream. It will be a profound, unshakable conviction, a realization that this moment was a turning point, a defining before and after. Everything that once seemed insignificant will start to align. Every wound will begin to heal, and what seemed lost will be redeemed. Though the change may feel sudden, it is not. It is the fulfillment of what I have been working on in you all along. The seasons that once seemed scattered and without purpose have been aligning for this exact moment. Nothing in my design happens by chance. I know your limitations. I understand how much you can bear, but I also know the potential within you, the strength you have yet to discover, a strength I have placed within you for an eternal purpose. Tonight, I will begin 3 profound transformations within you. You don't need to understand what they are yet, but you must trust that each one has its own timing and purpose. While the sky calms and the stars silently bear witness, I will work in the depths of your soul, in places where no human hand can reach, places you haven't even dared to enter. I will touch the most intimate parts of you, the areas where your deepest fears and hidden wounds reside. And in those sacred spaces, I will begin a new work, a work that cannot be undone, a work that cannot be stopped. Trust in the processes that are invisible to you. It is these processes that bear the most lasting fruit. Don't seek external signs for confirmation, for the work I am doing will not be immediately visible. But in time, you will realize it is far more effective than any outward manifestation. This season is bringing a shift in the spiritual atmosphere. It marks the dawn of a new beginning that has been quietly forming long before you were aware of it. The turning point has already begun, and you are right in the middle of it. You are not behind. You are not outside my plan. You are exactly where you need to be. The first transformation I bring to you is so deep that you may not notice it right away, but you will sense a lightness in your spirit. The heaviness you once carried, the spiritual exhaustion that seemed endless, is now being lifted by my hand. This is not because you've earned it by your actions, but because of my grace, because my love for you is not based on your performance, but on my unwavering faithfulness. So, do not close your heart to this word. Stay here. Do not dismiss this sign as you've done with others. This is your last opportunity to enter into the fullness of what I have carefully prepared for you. Not because I am tired of you, but because the time hath been set, and the clock will not pause. If you are hearing this now, it is because it belongs to you. I am calling you. Now that you have received the beginning of what I am doing, allow me to reveal to you in even greater depth what is to come. I am not just touching the surface of your life. I am rebuilding from the roots. I have gone deep, and everything I do with an eternal purpose. I am the one who forms, shapes, and establishes. Nothing that I am changing within you is temporary or without purpose. You have sought guidance. You have longed to be strengthened, and my response does not come with dramatic displays, but through steady, silent processes. The routine tasks that once drained you, the daily responsibilities that once felt like mountains, will begin to feel less burdensome. This will not happen in a sudden burst, but like a gentle breeze that lingers. You may not immediately recognize the moment of change, but you will find yourself moving faster, thinking more clearly, making decisions with less effort, and laughing freely, as if a shadow had lifted without your noticing. This is not a fleeting emotional surge that fades with time. It is a continuous current, a divine energy that is not meant to exalt you, but to sustain you. It will not make you invincible, nor will it remove your need for rest. I am the one who instituted rest as part of creation itself, but what I give you now is a better rhythm, a balance between work and rest, between giving and receiving. It will be a harmony that feels natural, not forced. You will stop struggling to live and begin to flow in the life I have ordained for you. Each day will provide its portion of strength. It's time for renewal. What once felt unbalanced will begin to align. This is the second change, and it runs deeper than you realize. With this change, I am adjusting not just your energy, but also your very form. What was once misaligned will start to align. I am not only referring to your physical self, though that too will be touched. I am restoring your spiritual and emotional posture. I will balance the burdens you carry, straighten what is crooked, and strengthen what has been weak. Even the smallest things, the way you rise, how you approach each day, how you move among others will begin to reflect a new grace. Do not seek validation from others for this. That is not the point. But you will notice that even fatigue will take on a new meaning. The areas of your life that once trembled under the weight of insecurity will begin to stand firm. Peace will no longer be just a desire, but a solid foundation. This is not meant to exalt you, but to prepare you. Just as I provided manna in the wilderness not for luxury, but for the survival of the soul, I now offer this adjustment to you. It is a practical, everyday gift, not one that dazzles, but one that sustains. It is given to help you endure, to remain steady, and to keep moving forward even when the path seems long. This gift will not bring you fame, but it will be the strength that carries you. With every step you take, you will feel more grounded, not because of your own strength, but because I, your God, make you strong within. Now, listen closely, because the third change will be different. I will unite your body and spirit in new ways. You will become more aware of my presence not as an abstract concept, but as a tangible companion beside you. You will begin to notice the smallest movements of your soul, the subtle shifts in your surroundings. You will hear more clearly, not just the sounds of the world, but the quiet promptings of my spirit. Silence will no longer feel empty. It will become a sacred space for communion. In moments of doubt, clarity will come quickly, not because you have gained wisdom on your own, but because you will be more in tune with me. This heightened awareness is not meant to overwhelm you, but to keep you aligned with the truth. But you must protect it. It will not maintain itself. It requires daily moments of stillness, times when you invite me to rest with you. Do not let the relentless rhythm of the world steal the sensitivity I am giving you. If you nurture this spiritual sensitivity, it will become a reliable tool in your life. If neglected, however, it will gradually fade. This is not a trivial gift. It is a compass for your soul. Use it with wisdom. Enter each day by returning to that secret place where I dwell, and in that space, you will keep your ear attuned to my voice. I am doing something new in you, and though you may not fully comprehend it yet, you will see its fruits if you stay the course. Do not look back. Do not despise what is invisible. Walk with me, and you will witness all that I have prepared for you with eternal love. I have been working in the unseen long before you noticed any change. Nothing that has happened in your life has been beyond my awareness, and every detail has been shaped with the wisdom of one who builds with eternal purpose, never improvising. In this season, I am rebuilding on true foundations. Even when it seemed like everything was falling apart, there was an untouched foundation hidden beneath the dust of weariness, pain, and uncertainty. On that foundation, I am raising something new, not something superficial or fleeting, but something that will last, something that will endure the tests of time and seasons. Every day has been marked by a quiet invitation. Trust beyond what you see. Although it may sometimes feel like the days are repeating without purpose, rest assured, nothing is wasted. Even the seasons that seem devoid of activity have been filled with my work. It's not always about doing more, but about being transformed right where you are. It's often in the ordinary that I pour out my most profound miracles. As you go through your daily routines and handle the usual tasks, I have been quietly shaping within you a structure strong enough to bear a greater weight of glory. When your strength faltered and your spirit seemed to diminish, I was there, lifting you up in ways others couldn't see. It wasn't the time to be seen, it was a time to be built. In the hidden depths of your being, I planted seeds that are now beginning to sprout, not because of your own merit, but by my divine design. This process has been slow, intentional, and full of grace because it is not about how quickly things happen, but about how deeply they take root. Every change you feel, every lightness that replaces the heaviness, is the result of the work I have been doing patiently. The inner movements that are starting to take external shape are not from your own effort, but from aligning with what I have set in motion. The adjustment I am making in your form and balance is not just physical, it is a complete transformation. It is not about achieving perfection, but about building stability. What once felt like an endless struggle to keep it all together will now begin to flow like a dance between work and rest. The tension that used to fill your actions, your choices, and your emotions will start to dissolve into a peace that doesn't come from the world, but from my spirit. This transformation does not promise the absence of challenges, but it assures you that within you, a new structure is being built that won't collapse under the same burdens. Not everyone will understand the change. Some will notice it. Others will question it. But this renewal is not to impress others, it is to endure. The confidence growing within you will be quiet but firm. It will not seek approval but will rest in the truth that has already been established. The new sensitivity I am awakening in you is not to be confused with weakness. It is a refined strength, precise and discerning, not based on human judgment, but rooted in a connection to the eternal. You will perceive more clearly, not because of superiority, but because you have been cleansed from the noise around you. This clarity will not come from an overload of information, but from returning to silence, where I speak with greater intensity. Stillness will no longer be a luxury, but a necessity. Contemplation will become a vital tool, and deep observation will guide your steps. Not every feeling will require an immediate response. Often, it will suffice simply to perceive and continue walking in obedience. At this stage of the process, speed is not your ally. The spiritual sensitivity that has started to grow within you requires intentional care. Just as the manna had to be gathered daily, this awareness needs to be nurtured consistently. If neglected, it becomes dull. If hurried, it fades away. But if honored, It will become an unceasing source of direction. Not everything will be revealed to you all at once, and not all that you perceive needs to be shared. A part of this new level of awareness is knowing what to keep, what to observe, and what to wait for. Discernment will be refined through obedience, not through emotional impulses. As this deeper connection within you strengthens, so will your ability to recognize what is true. You will no longer be swayed by the pressure of the present moment or the fear of the future. You will begin to move by conviction, not by urgency. Your decisions will shift from being reactive to responsive, because you will know deep within that you are being guided. That certainty will not scream at you, but it will be more solid and unwavering than the noise that surrounds you. The work continues, even though not everything is visible right now, and what is essential has already begun. This process will not cease as long as you remain within the design I have set for you. You are being prepared to carry what you once thought impossible to bear. When my purpose is fully revealed, you will understand that every step, even those that seem misplaced, was part of this divine preparation. Every stage of your journey has been filled with purpose. There is no time wasted, no step without meaning on the path I have marked for you. The time you are living in is not a gap between what was and what will be. It is the fertile ground where the roots of the eternal are taking hold. Many people look for visible changes as signs of progress, but I work in a different way. My work begins in what is unseen. It is through this hidden process that the unshakable is built, especially when the winds of life blow strong. Do not place your hope in external shifts. What truly matters has already begun inside of you. I am reshaping how you perceive your reality. I am teaching you to see, not only with your physical eyes, but with understanding. What once baffled you will begin to make sense, not because your circumstances have changed, but because your perspective has been renewed. You will no longer live as someone waiting for everything to align before you can find peace. You will learn to hold peace even when things appear out of order. For what I am giving you does not depend on favorable circumstances, but on my constant presence. I have been removing from within you the desire for approval and the need for validation from others. Not because I reject you, but because I want you to walk in true freedom. Many times, the soul becomes weary not because of the challenges it faces, but from the burden of trying to be something it was never intended to be. I have created you with a unique design. The mold I am shaping in you is unlike anyone else's. You will no longer need to look around at others to define your worth. The standard by which you will be measured has been set by my hands, not by human hands. The direction I lead you in will not always follow conventional logic. That is why I am tuning your sensitivity to the eternal. While others may seek the most obvious path, I will lead you down a different one, perhaps less traveled, but perfectly suited for you. There will be opportunities for growth without recognition, for progress without exposure, and for influence without the need to be seen. What bears true fruit will come from obedience, not from constant striving. I am also uprooting habits that once seemed like a natural part of you. Not because I want you to become someone else, but because certain patterns no longer belong in the future I have prepared for you. The resistance you sometimes feel is not a sign of failure, but evidence of an internal shift where my spirit is taking ground. That which once seemed harmless but gradually drained you is being dismantled. You will not need to fight with the same intensity forever. The day will come when many of these struggles will end because the transformation will be complete. In this new way of life, you will learn the power of well-directed silence. Not everything needs to be spoken. Not every question must be answered. There is strength in restraint, and wisdom in self-control. I am teaching you how to move forward without feeling the need to explain every step, how to act from a place of inner clarity without relying on external approval. This is not isolation. It is maturity. You will no longer need to justify your path to everyone around you. A certainty will rise within you, replacing the need for others to understand. You will also notice that your reactions will change. What once triggered anger or anxiety will begin to pass by like a breeze. Not because you have become indifferent, but because you will be solid in what truly matters. The external noise will no longer be able to divert you from what is firmly anchored. I am strengthening your discernment so that you can clearly distinguish between what is urgent and what is truly important, between the fleeting and the eternal. You will learn to release what does not build you, without fear of loss, because what is real cannot be lost. It is preserved by grace. As all of this unfolds, your capacity to hold others will expand naturally, not out of superiority, but from a place of deep compassion. You will have experienced what many cannot understand, and because of that, your voice will carry weight. It will not be your past experiences that speak, but the wisdom you have gained in the process of transformation. This is not about preaching with words, but living with truth. That will be your testimony, your true impact, not from a platform, but from an authentic place. None of this can be right. I am shaping something that will endure. Every part of this process is essential. Even the repetitive moments, even the parts you didn't understand at the time, will become clear when their time comes. For I am the one who makes all things new, and what I have started, I will finish. There are times when I do not call you to move forward, but to remain steadfast. Not because there is no progress, but because what I am doing in you at this moment requires depth, not speed. The world around you demands constant motion, the need to always be one step ahead, but I am not in a hurry. My work is not governed by human timelines. The seasons I create are shaped by maturity, not by haste. You are now in a phase where your ability to remain steady is laying down a foundation that is solid and resilient, rooted in something far deeper than fleeting impulses. It is during these moments that I separate what is genuine from what only appeared to be stable, what remains from what was temporarily shaped. I am taking you beyond the concepts you've known about stability. The stability I offer is not based on external conditions or predictability. It is an inner stillness that does not collapse when the world around you shakes. It is not a feeling that relies on controlling everything, but a certainty that flourishes even in chaos. This type of strength is not formed overnight. It is forged in the process, in the tension between what you don't understand and what you cannot yet see. There are days when the most spiritual act you can do is simply to stay grounded in the ordinary, because in the repetition of the simple, I am growing something deep within you. When you choose to act with integrity, without seeking recognition, you are responding to my voice. When you decide to forgive, even when no one asks for your forgiveness, you are taking a step closer to heaven. And when you continue to trust, even when it seems like nothing is changing, you are moving forward more than you realize. Faith is not always seen in grand gestures. More often, it reveals itself in quiet consistency, in the daily choice to believe even when there is no immediate proof. You won't always receive signs to confirm your path. Sometimes, the confirmation will come in the form of peace in the midst of uncertainty. Other times, it will be in your ability to keep building, even when the plans are invisible. This is where my spirit works most profoundly, in the unseen depths. In those moments when everything within you longs for a quick answer, and you choose to wait instead, you are showing me that you trust more in who I am than in what you can see. That trust will be your anchor. It will not be swayed by the winds of the moment because it is not grounded in a human promise, but in my unchanging nature. I am also teaching you to release the images you have formed in your mind about what your life should look like. What you had imagined was not wrong, but it was limited. I have more for you. And in many instances, What you thought was a loss has actually been my loving intervention to keep you from holding on to structures that wouldn't have sustained you in the long run. Sometimes, the detour has been my protection, and other times, the door that closed has been my redirection. If you truly understood how many times I closed doors that would have led you to exhaustion, you would never question my apparent silence. Every no I have allowed carries the resonance of my eternal care. I am also purifying your motivations, not because they were entirely corrupt, but because I want to give you a clearer, purer focus. Everything you do, everything you dream, everything you long for, each of these will be refined until it aligns with not only your desires, but with the purpose I planted in you from the very beginning. Your desires will not disappear, but they will be redirected. Your passions will not be snuffed out, but reignited by a more enduring source. You will no longer be driven by reactions, but by the revelations I give you. As I continue this internal cleansing, a new clarity will emerge regarding who you are meant to walk with. I am intentionally selecting relationships for you. Some connections will strengthen because they are part of the foundation you are called to build. Others will naturally fade without conflict, simply because their time with you has come to an end. Not everyone is meant to walk with you through every stage of your life. Some people were meant for your growth, others for specific seasons. Do not view the departure of certain relationships as a loss. Sometimes, clearing space is the only way to make room for the new that is coming. In the midst of this process, I am not far from you. I am closer than you realize, not from a distant position of authority, but from the intimate closeness of the one who shapes with their own hands. I do not delegate your transformation. I am carrying it out personally. Every detail of this process matters to me. Even what you might deem insignificant is under my careful attention. I am writing a story with you that is unlike any other because you are not called to imitate, but to reflect my specific, unique, and irreplaceable design. The process continues, and although you may not fully understand everything I am doing just yet, there is something crucial you must know. Nothing in this journey is wasted. Every experience, every pain, every moment of confusion, and even the things you waited for but did not receive, everything is being woven into something greater than you can imagine. And when you finally see the outcome, you will not say, "I did it," but rather, "He was faithful." Sometimes, the most profound transformations take place when nothing appears to be changing on the surface. It is during those times that the roots strengthen, and the hidden foundation is being laid. I am teaching you to stay rooted in truth when emotions fluctuate, when the initial enthusiasm fades, and when the noise from the world seeks to drown out what my spirit has already whispered deep within you. You do not need to feel everything to know that I am still at work. The process I have begun in you does not rely on your fleeting perceptions, but on my unwavering faithfulness. I am not dependent on your emotions or immediate understanding. My work is steady, constant, and unfolding at the right pace. In moments when the change is not visible, trust that I am still shaping you, still moving you toward the purpose I've designed. Even in the stillness, even in the times when progress feels slow or imperceptible, I am building something in you that will last. Trust that every part of this journey is necessary and will be used for something far greater than you can currently comprehend.